Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been such a long time since I filmed and it feels a little weird. But to be honest, I feel like I haven't really been that motivated to film just because of everything that's been going on, like just in the whole beauty community on YouTube. I feel like there's just been so much drama and just negativity, so I just haven't really been motivated to film. Plus I just didn't know what to film. But I figured now that it's fall, I figured I'd film like a fall look, so I did my nails all dark, like a dark plum for fall, just because I've been really feeling like the dark plum colors. And I also really wanted to use this. This is the Anastasia Norvina palette. I got this a little while ago actually, and it's really funny because when I bought it like maybe a month ago, and then I didn't realize that I actually had two of the same shade. Like, this is the new palette since I did exchange it, but I had two of these shades, like one here and one here. I actually have a picture of it. It's pretty funny. And it took me like a month to realize it. So this was my palette, and you can see it's two of the same shade. So I've actually just been missing this shade, the one called Volatile, however you say that. So it's this one. So this is like a fresh palette. I did use it once, this new one. I used the old one a couple of times, but I'm gonna be using this one today. I've really been feeling like purples and like just nice dark plum and fall colors. So that's why I wanted to use this palette today for the eyes. And yeah, I've been breaking out really bad over here, but we're just gonna cover that up. It's been a little while since I filmed, like maybe over a month, I think. So I might be a little more awkward than usual, so forgive me. So I'm just first gonna prime my skin with this Kevin Aquan Skin Enhancing Treatment Primer. And this was one of the things I got at Marshall's a while ago. I think I might have included this in like a haul, but I'm not sure. So I've already moisturized my skin, so I'm just gonna go in with this primer. So I started school a couple weeks ago, or I went back to school. So I was thinking about filming maybe like a back to school look. I feel like a lot of people like those. I'm not like too crazy about them just because my school makeup isn't like that much different from my regular makeup routine. It's just like a little lighter on the eyes, but the face and everything else is the same. And then this is like another recent thing that I did purchase, I think a couple weeks ago, and this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. And this is the illuminating, it's longwear illuminating foundation. And I actually got this because someone I follow on YouTube, her name's Anna, and I love her. There was like a video where her skin just looked, like her skin always looks beautiful, but in that video her skin was just like so just illuminating and just flawless. And I asked her what foundation she used, and she said this one, so that's why I went out and bought it. And I have the shade Nude Beige. So I'm gonna be using this. And you know what? I actually forgot to wet my sponge, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wet my sponge. And I'm gonna be using the Flower Beauty sponge. But first I'm gonna put foundation on my face. I've really been liking this foundation. I feel like the coverage is really good, and I feel like the shade match is actually perfect. I went to Ulta to buy this, and then I couldn't decide on which shade to get, and then as soon as I got in the car, I just like swatched this one, and I was really nervous because it looked like it was way too light. But I figured, you know what, all my other foundations are just a little too dark for me right now. So I figured if it's too light, I'll just mix it with something else. And I've been using this Flower Beauty sponge a lot lately, like more than my Beauty Blender, just because my Beauty Blender is starting to get a little old and has some wear and tear on it, and I figured instead of spending the money on a new Beauty Blender, because they are kind of expensive, so I figured I would just start using this one more. Just because I actually really like this sponge. I feel like the sponge is actually way softer than the Beauty Blender, and it's a lot bigger, so I feel like it blends out my foundation a little faster. Plus the color is so cute. It's been such a long time. I hope I still know how to edit videos. So this foundation is definitely buildable. Right now it has like maybe light to medium coverage, but you can definitely build it up to full coverage. But I'm just gonna keep it kind of light and then use concealer like wherever I need it. And so the concealer I'm going to be using is this Wet n Wild concealer. And I actually just bought this last night at Walmart. And I'm using the shade Medium Tawny. So I went to Walmart late last night. And I figured I would pick up a new concealer just because my breakouts have just been so bad over here. And the concealer I normally use, I've been using like this one, the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And I feel like it's not that great, so I figured I would just pick something else up. And I tried this out last night. I mean, I already had like my makeup on all day, but I figured I'd try it out anyway, and I actually really like how it looked. I feel like the shade match is pretty perfect, and the coverage is really good. So I'm just going to put this wherever I need it, which is almost everywhere since my face has been breaking out like crazy. And then I'm going to blend it out with the sponge. I keep wanting to call it a beauty blender, but it's not. I'm not even sure why I'm breaking out so bad. But it's just like, I've had these same breakouts like in the same spot for months now. And like sometimes it'll just like flare up, just be really bad breakouts. And then other times it'll just be flat and just like scarring. So I'm not sure why. This concealer works really good. I really like the coverage on it. I also feel like it doesn't look cakey at all. This looks really good with the foundation. So I'm gonna set my face using this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores setting powder. And I actually hate the packaging on this just because it's so messy every time I use it. And I traveled with it, so it's like the powder's just everywhere. And I'm going to be using this IT Cosmetics powder brush, or whatever kind of brush this is. And I just use enough powder just to set my foundation, but I don't want it to look too powdery just because my skin is very, very dry. See how messy this is? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I have powder everywhere now. then I'm going to bronze. I think I'm going to use this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is in the shade Medium Deep. And it smells like chocolate. I like cocoa powder. And I'm just going to use this BH Cosmetics brush. It's a pretty small brush. People normally use like fluffier brushes for bronzer, and sometimes I do. But I feel like I have a pretty small face or forehead, so. And I don't really contour like too much, so I just take a little bit of the bronzer and just, I guess this is contouring. I just use like very little bit. And then whatever's left on the brush, I do this. I don't really contour my nose either, but I feel like that little bit on the brush just does something. For blush, I think I'm just going to take this Too Faced Natural Face palette and just go in with the shade right here called Pink Sand. And I'm going to use this Ollie and Olivia blush brush. This is just something I got at TJ Maxx a long time ago. And I try to avoid my breakouts just because I feel like sometimes the blush accentuates my breakouts a little bit, like when they're pink. I'm going to use my Anastasia Amrezy highlight. This is my favorite. And I'm really sad that it's limited edition, so they don't have it anymore. But I can't stop using it. I use it every single time I do my makeup. And I'm going to be so sad when it runs out. And I'm just going to give my face a quick spritz with this Hangover 3-in-1. I just did like very little bit. I usually set my face twice. Once when I'm done putting down all the powders, and then another time when I'm all done. So next I'm going to be filling in my brows. And I might do this off camera just because it takes a long time for me. And I'm just going to be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. And this is like the small one. So I'll be right back. I just finished my brows, and then I also set it with this Anastasia Brow Gel. And then next I'm going to be priming my eyes with this Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And I just make sure that there's no oil on my lids before I do that. Lately I've been blending out the eyeshadow primer with like a little flat brush. Just because I feel like sometimes my fingers maybe takes off too much of the product. I'm also going to set the primer with some more of this IT Cosmetics setting powder. So for the eyes, I think I'm just going to do something pretty simple just because I'm only going to like the DMV to renew my license. So that's what my plan is for today. So I think I'm just going to do something pretty natural. So I'm going to be using the Norvina palette, but first I'm going to go into the Soft Glam palette just because I want to use this Dusty Rose color right here as like my transition. I'm just going to be using this I think this is like a BH, yeah, my BH Cosmetics blending brush. So I'm just gonna pop that dusty rose color right into the crease. I'm never really precise with my makeup. I do try to blend, but with like placement, I'm not that precise. Might zoom in a little bit. And then I'm gonna put some of that on the lower lash line. By the way, in case you didn't notice, I have no more lash extensions. These are my natural lashes. They're very short and they're straight and they grow downwards. Because I am part Vietnamese, so it's kind of a bummer that they grow downwards, but that's okay. I just put on a lot of mascara. Sometimes I use a lash curler, but a lot of times I don't. So once I have that shade down, now I'm gonna go into the Norvina palette. The Norvina palette. And I think I want to do something with the purple, maybe like this shade right here, Celestial. I don't really know if it's going to be too much purple in my outfit, but I think it's really pretty, so I think I'm going to use it. I might go into this darker shade right here, Passion, just to deepen up the crease in the outer corner a little bit. And I think I'm just going to use that same brush. And I don't want to go too crazy, just because I don't know if I'm going to have to retake the picture for my license, but just in case I do, I don't want to have like super heavy makeup, making my eyes look even smaller than they already are. Ooh, that's really pretty. I'm focusing that mainly on the outer corner and then dragging it in the crease just a little bit. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to just put on the lower lash line. So I noticed that these Anastasia eyeshadow palettes have a lot of fallout. Like, it's not like a crazy amount like the Subculture palette. I don't own that one, but I did see a lot of reviews and I saw how much fallout it had and it was pretty crazy. But I noticed that I only have the Norvina palette, which was pretty new, and then I have the Soft Glam palette. I don't have Modern Renaissance or any of the other ones, but I noticed that these two palettes do have quite a lot of fallout. But it's like, I don't mind it. I feel like they're really pigmented and they blend very easy. So I really like how that looks. I'm just gonna add just a little more. Okay, and then, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go in with that purple. It might be too much, but... Ooh, I'm just gonna use my fingers. Actually, I'm not gonna use my fingers. I think I'm gonna use the brush and the palette to put on the purple just because I don't want it like too purple. Just want a light wash of it. Well, we'll see how that works out first. And if I want more, then I'll just use my fingers. I usually use my fingers for the shimmers. So I'm just taking it on this end of the brush. This is a brush that comes in the palette. And I really like these brushes. I feel like they work really good. And then, take a little more. And then I just tap it so it's like not too much fallout. Just putting that all over the lid. So if anyone has any like video ideas of what I should film, I'd love to hear them. If you do, just leave it in the comments, just because I feel like I just never know what to film. So I end up just not filming, and I don't want to just keep doing that. I really want to just be a little more consistent. I am in school now, so I'm a little busier, but I still have time to film. You know, right now at the moment at least. Because it's still the beginning of the semester, so I don't have like a bunch of stuff to do. I like how that looks. That looks really pretty. It's not like too purple, it's just a nice wash of purple since I didn't go too crazy with it. And I applied it with the brush instead of my fingers. And then I think I'm gonna go into this darker plum shade called Drama. This one's really dark, but I think I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on the same brush and then... Okay, so my camera overheated, so it shut off, but I didn't really do anything yet, so that's fine. So I'm gonna go into this dark shade called Drama with the same brush that I used for the purple. I'm just gonna add a little bit, just right here in the outer corner, just to deepen it up a little more. But not too much. And then I'm gonna try to finish this video before my camera overheats again. I feel like that one's way darker. And I'm just gonna go back in with this blending brush. I didn't add anything to it. I'm just gonna blend out the edges. And then I'm just gonna take whatever's left over on the brush and just run that on the lower lash line. just take one of these like flat top brushes or whatever it's called. I'm going to go back into the Soft Glam palette and just grab some of this black. And just put that very close to the lash line. And I'm just kind of stamping it there. Okay, and then for mascara, I'm going to be using this Essence Lash Princess mascara. I heard a lot about these Essence mascaras, so I really wanted to give them a try. So this is pretty new. And then the one I have just has this like curved wand, which I like. And I only use this on my top lashes just because the wand is very big and I have small eyes. And I really miss my lash extensions just because I hate applying mascara, just because I always end up ruining my eyeshadow. It always ends up getting on my lid. And then it just takes forever. I have to build it up. And a lot of times I'm running late. So I really don't have time to just be adding like 10 layers of mascara. Oh shoot. I got all over my lid. I just don't have the patience for mascara, honestly. I actually have some fallout of that dark shade. Oh well. Sorry. This is what happens when you do your face first and then your eyeshadow. You end up getting fallout, and then sometimes it just ruins your makeup. I don't care that much, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'll just try to wipe it away, but I'm not gonna like try to fix it really. And then for my bottom lashes, I'm just gonna use this one. This is the Tartiste mascara. This is like the little travel version, so it's all tiny. And I really like this mascara. I like the wand on it. And then I usually use this on my bottom lashes, and then I'll put a little bit on my top lashes too. You know what, before I do that, I think I'm gonna go back in with that purple shade. Just a light purple shade. Celestial. And I think I'm gonna add some of that on the lower lash line. Just right here. Ooh, and then I also forgot my inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take this small little brush, and then I'm going to go into the shade Dreamer, which is this light sparkly champagne shade. I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. See, this usually happens when I'm filming, which is not often, but usually when I film myself doing my makeup, I forget a lot of steps. I'm kind of all over the place. Usually when I do my makeup off camera, I'm fine. And then I'm just going to do a second coat of mascara, going back to this one on my top lashes. And then I like to like wipe some of it off just because I feel like it's a little too much since this is pretty new. I like when mascaras dry out a little bit. I feel like they're just easier to work with. When they're like new and they're just like really wet, I feel like the mascara kind of just gets everywhere. Also takes longer to dry. And I forgot to mention that this is a volumizing mascara, so it gives like a lot of volume, I think, but it doesn't like give that much length. Like when you put a lot, it does, but if you don't build it up, it's not that much. I'm just taking my nail and just scratching it off whatever mascara I got on my lid. I'm just gonna fix it with that brush. I didn't add anything to it. I think I need more blush. I'm actually gonna go in with a blush that's a little darker. I'm gonna use this one by Too Faced. This is called it's a Love Flush blush, and it's in the shade Your Love is King. I'm just gonna grab some of that. And then for lips, I think I'm going to use this. This is by ColourPop. It's an Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Dopey. And this is like one of the little travel size. This came in a kit. And this is like a nice rosy mauve shade. So I think I'm going to go in with this one. I don't know how I feel about this lip color with this eye look. I feel like on camera it looks pretty, but in person it might be too pink. Now let me try to grab another lip color. Okay, so I just took that lip color off just because I wasn't feeling it with this look. So I think I might try, I'm going to try this Wet n Wild lip liner. This is the gel lip liner in the shade Lay Down the Mauves. So it's this really pretty mauve color. And this is actually the only lip liner that I own. I don't know why, I never own any lip liner. I never buy them. I always look at these, like every time I go to Walmart or Ulta, I always look at these Wet n Wild ones because they're so inexpensive. I think it was like, maybe like $3 or $4 or something like that. And the shades are really pretty, so I figured I'd give it a try. I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I suck at lining my lips. Just because I'm not used to lip liner. And then I think I'm gonna just fill in my lips with this too. I'm definitely gonna have to try more shades of this just because I feel like they glide on so smooth. And they last like a long time. I wore this like a couple days ago to a wedding with like another lipstick on top. And it lasted. Even through like eating and stuff. The shade is so pretty. Yeah, so I think I like how that looks. with this eye look. And then I think I'm gonna add a little more highlight. Super pretty. And then to set my face, I'm just gonna take this Flower Beauty one. This is the Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. It's the one with the blue cup. Okay, so that completes this look, this beautiful purple fall look. I really love it. This is actually not the first time I did this look, but it's the first time I did it with this lipstick. And I really love how it came out. I think it looks really pretty with like the lip liner and just like with the whole purple outfit vibes. I really like how it looks. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments what else you guys want to see, just because I feel like I never know what to film and I don't want to keep not filming because I don't have any ideas. So if you like know any ideas of what you want me to film, I'd love to hear them. And then also I'm gonna try to film a little more. I'll do some like back to school looks or something like that. And I'm also going to try to change up like the looks. Like this backdrop, I'm actually really sick of it. It's like, it's not even a backdrop, it's just like a throw that you put over the couch or on the bed or something. But I didn't know what else to use, so I'm gonna try to find something else just because I feel like this one's just, I don't know, it's just too much and I'm just bored of it. And I feel like that's another reason why I haven't been filming, just because I feel like I don't like this backdrop, but there's nothing like behind this, so it's better than like the wall. So let me know what you guys want to see, and my camera keeps overheating, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!